Hi Taurus, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of June, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month it's called Two Sides, One Story, and basically it's reading looks upon the type of shadow and light, negative and positive, being played out in a situation you might have in mind, or relationship circumstance as well, where you're trying to understand kind of the pros and cons, working within, again, any given situation. So if you would like to know more details about that special offer or any other of my services, again, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Taurus, some of you, you're in a moment where your intuition, is speaking very loudly and trying to provide to you the directions, okay, and the information that you are in need of when it comes to knowing what should be done, particularly in terms of relationship situations. Your intuition is high level during June and is meant to bring clarity, truth into your life. So there's a message here for you to not fight against what this type of knowledge is bringing, because there's a lot to it that is coming to help you, not to work against you. This to say that I feel some of you Taurus don't trust the feelings you have upon certain situations in June, because you see them as a threat. You see, the type of impressions you're receiving as being potentially dangerous to the sustenance of certain things in your life. But then we look upon the possibility that certain things that you might want to maintain in your life to not be as good, as healthy as you are trying to make them, or the things you might want to protect might not have your best interests at heart. So why you're trying to protect something that does not want to protect you? The Five of Swords is here. There's issues with jealousy. There's issues with envy. You will know when someone in June is sending to you bad vibes. You will know when someone in June is being fake, hostile, malicious, sending what we call the evil eye to you, jealous. You will know, because in your soul position you have the High Priestess, and this is one of those arcanas that in this position is like, a super psychic receptor to what's occurring in his and her life. So when you feel something strongly, take notice. It doesn't mean that you have to react, because the High Priestess is not about reaction, it's not about impulse. It's about silence, to observe properly, listen properly. Take notice of the things you see, you hear, and you feel, because all put together will tell you where there's love, where there's real love, and where there's none. You see the opposition here. In the heart of your reading, you have the Two of Cups. So relationships are definitely an area of concern for some of you Taurus in June. your relationship with the other and the other with you and all that entails is extremely important. Some of it, in that being that the Two of Cups is here, you have high hopes. Some of you, Taurus, dream in finding that soulmate, that perfect union. Some of you feel already you have found the perfect partner, the perfect someone. Some of you feel that, also trust the feeling that that is kind of coming closer and closer to you. So for those of you that kind of are waiting on your love life to get better, or are waiting for someone to come your way, it's coming. Trust your feeling, trust the stars, trust the high priestess voice, because it's prophetic. So there's a little bit of a prophetic tone as well to June, and the things that you get to be a part of and observe. That is kind of almost like a feeling of certain things being predestined is really strong here, particularly among your love life, or your dream to make something happen that so far has felt like impossible or unreachable. There's also part to your intuition that is working here to open up this type of channel of potential and power and skills in you that you have not yet explored or fully been, in power of. There's a sense of vocation, of talent to the healing, esoteric arts. There's a sense of talent to the occult realm. There's a sense of talent when it comes as well to the development of whatever big dreams you have. It's like you have a talent to develop dreams, to make them happen, to make them a reality by almost just focusing on them and creating them continuously by not giving up on the process. That's why I said development. So there's a distinction about your month. It's a month of contrast, because in one side you have a lot of good things that you're kind of sensing. For some of you, you might have like this unusual experience, like something that never happened to you happened in June, like something out of your usual, again, experiences, something very unusual, very kind of mysterious. Here, some of you could feel that voice within speaking louder than usual. You can really feel like there's a sense of internal communication speaking louder. You can, perceive it much more. Like the sixth sense is much more developed and, again, communicative than usual in terms of your perception of it. For some of you, Taurus, that have been kind of cold and detached and distant and unavailable to love, there's hope there. There's a positive healing chance when it comes to letting go of what has made you defensive, what has made you unavailable to love, to become so. So there's also a part to this process that is about you again opening up to love in relationships again, or for the first time, depending on your situation. But there's this sense of slowly opening, trusting the star being, that you're trusting that what's coming your way, it's much better and much more worth it than whatever you have found in your past when it comes to love and relationships. But there's still a test of judgment here that is also interesting to see, because for some of you, Taurus, you might need to watch who is who more closely than ever, because it feels like this is an energy here of players So the players obviously can be people that are not really interested in anything serious with you, or just trying to take advantage from what you have here going on. There can be players, but these players are also shown as people in your life that might want to exploit something you have going on, particularly again because you're shining. There's a spiritual light about Taurus that is like so the star and the high priest is like this energy that is so evident. Your aura, you're glowing, you're protected, you're amazing, you're capable, you're creative. Your very own presence heals. But as sometimes as the higher the frequency, the higher the frequency we are, the most shade we receive, because people that don't own their own light, they get triggered when they see someone owning theirs. And definitely you are more and more owning your light. So don't let the haters get to you. Don't be deceived. When you feel hate, when you feel anything negative, don't deny it. Don't try to make something different from what it is. Because that's the challenge with some of you Taurus, is you're pretending to not feel, sense, see what you're seeing, sensing, and feeling. This is when we fall into denial. And we're building the trap to be completely deceived, exploited, lied to, cheated. So don't do that. Avoid that. Avoid turning again the blind eye. There's something that will become very evident. And as you move into July, this is when it will be like the separation between here, who's good for you and who's not, who you want to give energy to and who you don't. And don't give energy to fights, conflicts. Don't, waste your energy in empty fights. This fight of the Five of Swords is always an ungrateful, energy, because it's not going to lead anyone anywhere. So you don't want to be a part of this energy. You want to be a part of the Star, the Two of Cups, and the High Priestess. You want to more and more grow as a person. Your spiritual gifts are also increasing. Your ability to also attract into your life good quality of people in relationships is also in the heart of a reading. It's the intention here, is what you want. But sometimes in order to get what we want, what we need to do is to really turn our backs to what we don't want. And sometimes we can't do that. Sometimes we can turn our back to things that are destructive and things that are not good for us and things that we don't want, but still we can separate from them that easily, detach, let go. The temptation to fight, the temptation to know what's up there can be stronger at times. And this is what to avoid, because your energy is so special here and so clear. This is like corruption, energy of corruption to the pure spirit that is trying to shine out of you. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.